And we're back for week 4, set to Swyk 2. So we're dealing with the growth function y equals 3 to the x. That's the red one. And then we're sliding it to the left. Look at that exponent, x plus 3. Here, let me zoom in on that. So because the change is in the exponent, and remember, we said when you change the horizontal, it always looks backwards of your common sense. So this is truly to the left 3. Sorry, I don't want to yawn. You guys get mad at me when I yawn. I don't blame you. You get mad at the teacher, you start yawning, it's his fault, blah, blah, blah. I understand. So we're looking for a red one that's a growth function and a blue one that's a growth function. That's why I crossed off B and D, because they've got one growth and one decay. Those are bad fake answers. I wish they would just stop doing that. So A is the one we need. The red one is your original. And then they slid it to the left 3 units. Now, and then you write it down for the second part, right? Left 3. Excuse me. Sorry, just a little tired. Yeah, I didn't get sleep in like some other kids on these e-learning days. Not me. All right, so 8. We got another one. 4 to the x. It's growth, right? 4 is bigger than 1, so it's growth. So everybody knows it's going up. I guess the way I'm drawing it makes it look backwards from. I'll try to. I don't know. Yeah, I guess. So the red one is the normal one. Then we are moving to the right 2 units. That x minus 2 in the exponent is right 2 units. So, sorry, is going to be letter B. Letter choice B. We got rid of A and D because they had one exponential growth, one decay. It's not going to happen, folks. Not when you're just shifting things left, right, and up and down. So this is definitely 2 units to the right. 2 units to the right. So, question 9. Growth 4 to the x. This time we're doing 2 things. We're going left 1, down 3. So for you, it would look like left going this way, at least from a camera angle. So left 1, down 3. Ooh, I didn't choose. Must have gotten lazy here. All right, so the red one is the original. So that can't be it because the original would never cross the x-axis, the x-axis. So we've got the red one, and it looks like it went left 1 and down 3. Ah, that's this one right here. Left 1 and down 3. Left 1 and down 3. The other one's been moved up. That's a dead giveaway. Just look at the up and down. And that is 1 to the left and 3 units down. Question 10. Now, in this particular question, they've asked me about domain and range. So I want to zoom in and remind you what we have talked about in the past with domain and range. Okay, so first off, it's been shifted down 3 units. Okay. Now, I've always said that visually you need to understand domain and range. So you'll notice the vertical lines, the green vertical lines. What I'm trying to show you is if you came and you smashed the whole graph in a vertical direction onto the x-axis, how much of the x-axis would be covered? Well, since it goes forever and ever to the left and forever and ever to the right, you would cover the entire x-axis. Okay, so that's the domain, which is why we've written negative infinity to infinity. They want it as an interval, so your answer is going to look something like that. Oh, sorry. When we get to the orange part, is the range. We're basically taking the whole graph and smushing it like this and saying how much of the y-axis would be covered. Well, the truth is, because of the asymptote, right, the line that it never stops or never crosses, right? It's going to miss the asymptote, but it's going to be every value above that forever and ever. Now I'm going to try something. I'm going to change the orientation of my screen. Now, if you want to know how to do this, I'm actually typing the word orientation. When I find it, I'm going to, let's see here. I'm going to, I wonder if, is it portrait? Is that how I do it? Okay. This might be the way I, nope. I need a portrait flipped, and now I'm upside down. Revert. Okay. Oh, is this going to do the whole thing? This won't even make a difference, will it? Because if I do portrait flipped, it's still going to be the same way, won't it? So what I was trying to show you, which I don't think I'm actually going to be able to show you, because I think it's actually going to do the same thing. Yeah, it's going to be bummer. Because I'm looking at myself sideways right now, so that means you're not going to be able to see it the way I am seeing it. What I put on the y-axis in orange is negative infinity to infinity. Okay, might as well switch it back because this ain't helping. Man, I thought it was going to be so cool. Change the orientation. Let's go landscape. Alright, keep changes. And then get rid of this thing off my screen. Alright. So cool, but it didn't work. Alright, so what I tried to do is I tried to show you that I tried to write on screen negative infinity to infinity in the orange. I know it looks like 8 and negative 8 or whatever, but if you kind of, tilt your head sideways, it's probably the other way for you guys. Tilt your head sideways and look at it. You could see that negative 8, it's kind of like just rotating the whole thing and then taking a look at it. Well, negative 3 would be the lowest part, and infinity would be the highest part, as far as the orange, when you smash the whole thing onto the y-axis. You'll notice that it is not a bracket. Now, why is it not a bracket? Because it cannot touch the asymptote. So it will never be equal to negative 3. The bracket actually would mean that it's equal. Now, you'll notice that I wrote over to the side. If you're more comfortable with that notation, that's what it means. However, Math Excel will not accept that for this question. You must use interval notation. So even though you mean greater than negative 3, you need to say negative 3 to infinity with parentheses on both ends. There's never a bracket on infinity because nobody on the planet can grab infinity. You can never get your hands on it, right? Because it just keeps going. Slippery booger. All right. Next. Question 11. All right, so the graph has been moved right 1 and up 3. Now I want you to notice something here. I have, on the left side, I have graphed, I plugged in some points to y equals 4 to the x. That's the original function. And then we moved right 1 and up 3. So I moved all of my x's right 1, just by adding 1. And then I added 3 to all my y's. Now you don't have to do it this way. If you just want to plug in, if you just want to go negative 1, 0, 1, but you're going to get some weird numbers. So that's why I did what I did. I took the original ones and then I shifted them. And you'll see the picture I got. Now you won't have to do anything like that on Math Excel. It's going to, pop up this little dialog box and you're going to choose exponential growth, right? You want it to be an exponential growth. It might ask you what the B value is. You'll tell them what the B value is. You'll say what the A value is. And then you'll say, okay, we're shifting it to the right 1 unit and up 3. It's going to draw it for you. So, no big deal there. What's the domain? Smash the whole thing down on the x-axis. I bet it's always going to be negative infinity to infinity. That's true, it is for the domain. Nicely done. It's the range where you have to actually think. Well, it starts at 3 and it goes up from there, so 3 to positive infinity. Okay? And then the asymptote of the function, or of the graph, is an equation y equals 3. 1 Won't ever cross it. Won't ever even touch it. Gets close, but never touches. Okay, similar question, this one being a decay function, but you're moving left 2 and down 5. Now, like I said, you can go back and you can do the original function and then move them to the left 2, so subtract 2 from the x's, and move them down 5, so subtract 5 from the y's. If you do that, you get something that looks like this blue table. And if you just want to add some extra points, which I did, I just added some extra points just for kicks and giggles, just to make it look a little bit nicer. And then I drew the graph. It's exponential decay. And the domain, hey, it's the same as the last one, negative infinity to infinity. The range starts out at -5 and goes up from there. And no brackets. The asymptote is y equals -5 because the whole thing was shifted down 5 units. And that's it for this Swyk. See ya.